Good afternoon, traders. It is Wednesday, March 11th, 2020, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Hey, we've had absolutely fabulous trading for it seems like about 6 weeks now, and hardly had a bad day during any of that time. Well, we had kind of a bad day today. Keep in mind we made $282,000 yesterday. And so today we took a little gas. We lost in closeout trades just over $17,000. The problem is pretty easy to say. See, this yesterday, this thing where it gaps up, then goes lower, and then rallies at the end, all that's just kind of random movement at the end of a very long and hard downside move. It's what you would expect. It's kind of like a bouncing ball. And this thing got us long uh, a few stocks, and this is not the time to be buying at all. There's no buying enthusiasm down here at all. And so everything went negative. We were just negative across the board with everything that we bought. So that's where the negative 17,000. I'm actually not too displeased with that. $17,000 is very manageable at this time. This morning, this morning the Dow opens down and then starts moving down really hard and convincing, and this is resuming the very powerful downside trend. The Dow closed down 1,465 points. Lately that doesn't sound huge, but that's a massive downside move, and in any other time, this would have been considered a crash just on today's action alone. So this is a big hit for the Dow. Let's look at the. Let's see. Take a quick look at the long view here. You can see here. This was the all-time high, last all-time highs in. I think that's about the second week of February, and then it started to slide, and then really accelerated uh, the last part of February, and we're down here. So we've seen this thing go from about 29.5 to below 23.5 today. Huge drop and very rapid. We are officially in bear territory now. I don't know who makes these things up, but basically what they say is a close of over a 20% drop, and I believe that's what we've had here, indicates we've gone from correction territory to bear territory. I've been getting stuff. I gotta tell you this. It kind of grates on me, and I shouldn't let things grate. I had an email from a customer that, you know, I've actually had a couple, three like that, but this one basically was saying, yeah, we're in bear territory, and you've been all your performance that you show on your website and everything was done in a bull market, and that's really easy to do. Anybody, I mean, they're implying that anybody can make money in a bull market. Well, you should read some of the email I get. I mean, I literally have hundreds of letters from people who've lost their shirt in the past 10 years or so. So, a bull market does not make easy. And the fact is, I've made more money. I mean, more money than I ever have in this sell-off. And we can certainly adapt to a bear market, but I don't. I still don't. Not convinced that just because we closed below 20% in the Dow today, that we really have a bear market, but we might. But regardless of that, I am saying this is not the time to be buying stocks. Okay, we're going to play it from the short side and do it the way we do it. And today we got into two short positions. By short positions, we bought UVXY and TVIX, and they're both positive. And then two other positions, those are also short positions. One is in semiconductors, and I forget what the other. Anyway, everything's short. And we're two positive, two negative, slightly negative, and we're up $1,000. Well, that's not a big deal, but I noticed that the futures, at least, are again down tonight. So we'll just see where that's going to go. But it wouldn't surprise me if we make pretty decent money on that. I only have one stock to show you. Since I'm talking about this, let's just go to that. This is UVXY. And this is kind of interesting. You can see, I mean, I showed this to you yesterday, but we closed out UVXY yesterday with $30,000 in profit. We had bought that back on Thursday and kind of backed into $30,000 profit right there. But even though we backed into it, that's still a big move. Today, we bought UVXY about midday, and on the chart it hardly looks like anything here, but actually we have $1,400 in UVXY also. But I'm not saying I'm not predicting this is going to happen, but in this market environment, anything could happen, and this thing could open down 1,000 points today, and we might tomorrow, and we could get a bundle. I'd certainly rather be short in this environment than long. And we've done a very good job of switching from a bull market to a bear market. And we will do a just as good job switching back into a bull market. And I do believe that is probably going to happen, but we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, that's the way it went today. This is Trader Bob signing off. See you tomorrow on Thursday.